What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and we're going to be discussing Star Wars Clone Wars Episode 7 of the brand new season. Now, this episode takes place right after last week's episode. We get to see where Trace, Rafa, as well as Ahsoka, they are in the Pike's custody. And Rafa gets tortured, so does Trace, about where the spice is. Don't know if she does tell them because they keep trying to find out where everything is. But then Trace tells Ahsoka a little bit about the past, but more of Rafa tells them how they despise Jedi so much due to there was a crime lord that was able to get away on Coruscant, and how come they went to the lower and they despise the Jedi because their parents were killed in an accident where the Jedi was going after the criminal. Now, the criminal they're thinking could be Cad Bane. It does get mentioned about there, and also about the Jedi that came and said she had a choice to make was probably Limerian Jedi Master, who was the Jedi Master of the friend of who betrayed Ahsoka. Now, it goes into question about everything in this episode, because the episode kind of it wasn't the best episode, but it was a decent episode in my opinion, due to there was a lot of feeling in this episode, due to the fact of it being that everyone's waiting for the Siege of Mandalore, which when Trace gets the upper hand on a guard and shoots them, and then is trying to break out Ahsoka and Rafa. Ahsoka uses the Force to open the prison cell, and then they start basically cause a riot. They're on the run, and they're trying to leave, but then they run into different ones in the lower levels of the Pike's world. But then what's really cool is you also get to see different Mandalorians who are there, and they're saying that if that's the same Jedi I met, then she could be a use to us. But then it looks like they're there for another reason. So obviously this is, I guess, the start of how the Mandalorian siege goes on. I mean, because we get to see that now. They unfortunately do not escape due to Rafa as well as Trace. They keep getting captured, and Ahsoka keeps bailing them out. Now, the episode itself was good, but again, was it the best episode? No, because I think that some of it was kind of, some of it kind of was like dragging out, in my opinion. I think it could have just been a little better, but again, that is my own opinion. I'm very happy that, again, we get to see more Ahsoka, because this is pretty much the build up for Ahsoka to Star Wars Rebels. There's probably a little bit more that needs to be going into detail, like I've stated before, but I'm not a big fan of Rafa and Trace just yet. I think Rafa is a real pain. Same thing with Trace. She wants to be proven that she wants to be, a great pilot and a great, basically be able to do what she's got to do to make sure she's gonna be able to make it in this world. But then she sees her ship and she's like, okay, I gotta get the Silver Angel back. And her sister says, okay, look, we need to get off this planet. And when they're trying to, of course, they get captured again, and Ahsoka basically is like, okay, what do I do? So she tries to go and finds them, is able to find them. Then she gets captured again along with Rafa as well as Trace, and then Rafa finally admits that she did wrong. She says, I'm sorry, and then Ahsoka goes, we live and we learn. But there is a line that I did like in this episode where she said, what is in it for you? And Ahsoka just goes, she says, in my line of work, when you see a person in help and they're in need, you help them. She says, maybe that's just who I am. And I like that line. I really do like that line, especially with the times that we're in as of right now. So even though I know Rafa is one of those ones, she's really hardened herself because of what's happened to her parents, because of her basically seeing, okay, the Jedi is the enemy. They're the ones that they could have done something to prevent our parents' death by having the shit that crashed into our home could have gone onto a platform, but they didn't. So it was one of those things where I could see why she hates the Jedi so much, and that's the reason why Ahsoka has not revealed that she is a Jedi just yet, which I'm hoping it's coming, which I know it is, but I can't wait to see this. So let me know what you guys think about episode 7 in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Let me know your thoughts about the episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Was it just a filler episode? Did you guys think it was the best episode of the season yet? Or you guys like me waiting on more action with Ahsoka? So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the very next one.